All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garage Talk Sports. I'm Mills,
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Nick.
and we are back in the garage with episode number 39 coming at you guys this week. Not really outside of the NFL, there's not too much to talk about, so we're going to, the NFL week, what was this, week 14?
Yeah, blowout week.
Blowout week. Kind of boring, so, we're not going to talk too in depth about that because, bad teams lost, good teams won. That's pretty much what this was. We'll talk a little bit about some coaching changes and things like that in college football. Bobby's bets always, of course. And then we also want to try something a little different this week as well, give more opinion pieces. Less about reactions to the week of sports that happened and more about just like some insight into how we analyze, how we look at different things throughout the game, specifically in this case, football for this week. We hope you guys like it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll kick it off with Bobby. Take us away.
So let's just dive in on this Thursday night game, Steelers game. Steelers get absolutely destroyed in the first half. Then Big Ben comes out looking like a last dance type deal. He's slinging that ball around. They make a huge comeback. And, dude, literally what? They were down, 6 points, 7 points?
Something like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
Either way. So if they score, they could win this game. So they drive down, minute left, fourth and like couple, throw the ball, Chase Claypool. And guess what he decides to do?
He's got a showboat, bro.
Yeah, he's got a showboat. You're
That was his
losing.
moment.
You're losing, number one. And number two, what have you been taught since the beginning of playing? It's literally what is the one thing you've been taught?
I don't know. I never played football.
Hand the ball to the ref.
I mean, in college, not really. Because in college,
Listen,
the clock stops.
Bobby's coming from the feelings of someone who picked the Steelers, not the Vikings.
I did pick the Steelers. I bet on them. There was a boosted bet on FanDuel. And of course, what do I take? Dude, positive 180. I mean, you gotta take those odds.
Those are good odds.
Those are good odds.
You take those odds. When they give you those odds, you take those odds.
And I was literally one Chase Claypool celebration over here away from winning money.
I wouldn't say that. They were still losing. It's not like that ended the game.
No, if they had another 8 seconds on the clock after that Pat Freiermuth drop, which Harrison Smith, great play. I have to give him that. Man's beast. But they have another 8 seconds on the clock. You could run another play. You could get a touchdown. You could win the game. So thank you, Chase Claypool, for screwing over every one of us who took that boosted bet.
I imagine a lot of people took the boosted bet. But boosted bets exist to make you spend your money so that you lose your money. Always remember that.
True. But
those boosted bets, they don't boost good teams, right? They boost the bad ones.
this one,
Bobby, if me and you were in the same household and you would have been like, man, boosted bet, I'm going to pick the Steelers, I would have instantly put my entire life savings on the Vikings because you do not pick games
it was a boosted bet, man.
I just fade Bobby. You just got to
Fade
fade
Bobby.
Bobby. You just
Once
got to
again,
fade
that's
him.
true. Fade Bobby.
Hey, it was a good bet. I would still take it. But it leaves me to question, what's going on with the Steelers organization? It just seems like there is just no accountability, and it's been like that since Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
I blame Juju Smith-Schuster and the invention of TikTok on the Steelers' lack of professionalism.
It just seems like it started with Antonio Brown, and now all these receivers are just
it's going to their heads.
they just have these huge egos.
There's no need to celebrate a first down when you're losing, trying to make a massive comeback. You have no timeouts. You're within a minute left in the game and everything. This is your last possession. You're not celebrating first downs. Maybe if you got out of bounds, okay, yeah, do a little first down thing because the clock is stopped.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You didn't do anything, and then you threw a tantrum. Not only were you celebrating, but then your O-line took the ball from you. You threw a tantrum and yelled at your O-line. Didn't get lined up. Takes more time off the clock, right? And then in your post-game press conference, you're talking about how the O-line was the reason you didn't get the ball to the ref. Bro, everyone saw you dancing. Everyone saw you celebrating. It wasn't a long celebration, but it was enough to kill an extra 8 seconds off the clock.
It wasn't even that impressive of a catch.
No, it was routine. I could have made that catch,
He was
bro.
pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
I could have made that catch. Big Ben doesn't throw the ball very hard anymore. I know I could have made that catch.
Well, I'll give him that second half. He was playing real good.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
There was flash of the old Big Ben there.
There's a serious maturity issue that's happening right now with the Steelers, specifically at the wideout position. And I'm not even, you know what? I'm not going to say Antonio Brown may have been the start of it, but it was still mostly controlled for a while.
Yeah. And then
what really started it all was, like Nick said, Juju with TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
And
you know, the Steelers organization, it's young wideouts, right? You have Juju and Chase Claypool are your big names, right?
well, Deontay Johnson.
Well, Deontay Johnson, but he drops the ball a lot.
But he's still pretty good.
No,
He's still
pretty
young,
good.
though.
But the point is, a lot of young guys are your main targets, and you have to there has to be some kind of I don't want to say accountability because Mike Tomlin, historically throughout his career has been really good with accountability, so he doesn't really have that issue.
I think it's the problem of Roethlisberger, what we talked about, is struggling now. So where he's so focused on, like 3 or 4 years ago, he was focused on the team where he's like, my play is amazing. Like, I'm okay with it. I can focus on the team accountability. Now he can't. And they don't have guys like, I mean, back they like Jerome Bettis was there. Like there was other older guys. Like right now it's Ben Roethlisberger, and then you have Deontay Johnson, young.
It's
Juju
all
Smith-Schuster,
young guys
young.
right now.
Chase Claypool,
They
young.
are a young team with a lot of talent.
And defense, they don't have any old yet. Like they used to have Troy Polamalu, Ryan Shazier. Like those guys were both guys that like would have yelled at Chase Claypool. Now it's just like, whatever. Like
it's young guys, and there's nothing wrong with letting your personality show and everything. I'm not ripping Juju for going on TikTok, not ripping the guys for wanting to have fun playing football. But the problem is you've allowed it to get to a point where some of the guys in that locker room. And this isn't just in the Steelers. This is just one highlighted incident, obviously. But you're at a point now where the guys in the locker room aren't really separating. They're not really distinguishing when is the right time, when's the wrong time.
Yeah,
they're in. You know, you want to have fun and everything, but you need to be able to turn off the goofiness and just be about business. And one of the times to do that is that 2-minute drill, probably your last drive of the game, and you're trying to march down the field to either tie it or win the game. It's not the time to be celebrating the first downs. You don't celebrate those.
No, you don't. You catch it, you run that ball over the ref, you get lined up, you get ready for the next play.
Yeah, you watch it every week in the NFL when those drills are happening, even when it's at the end of the first half and you're trying to make the most of your last possession of the first half.
Exactly. It's like
how many times you see a wide receiver catch it, immediately run to a ref, hand it to him, or they'll run to the hash and put it down themselves. You see it all the time.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald.
And it's a sad mental lapse for that to happen to Chase Claypool. Now, I'm not. It's a shame that it happened, and it's really a shame that that's something that the Steelers now are dealing with. Now there's all this controversy around that. They already had to deal with the crap about Juju Smith-Schuster on TikTok last year, dancing on logos. But and now it's calling into question Mike Tomlin, who's been a very good head coach. But now it's calling him into question. Can he control these guys?
Yeah. I honestly feel like you have a veteran wide receiver in there. Like if you had a Larry Fitzgerald in that locker room, like that shit wouldn't be happening. Like these kids, like, you know, like Chase Claypool, Juju, like they don't have anyone mentoring them really.
Yeah, they've got Big Ben, and Big Ben is mostly checked out.
Yeah.
You know, physically he's limited. Everyone knows that he's limited. His receivers know it too, and it's just the personalities are getting a little too big.
Yeah,
it's becoming. I imagine it's becoming a nightmare to try and manage.
Yeah, because honestly, I feel like if Larry Fitzgerald or like, you know, someone who's like way older, has been through the game and everything's there, like he would be able to, like, you know, coach them up, you know, like teach them what to do, what not to do. When
their biggest problem with that is no one's going to want to go to the last place team. Like Larry Fitzgerald is not going to be like, I'm going to leave a team like. Guy like that, like Julio Jones, I'm not going to leave a team and go to the worst team in that division. Yeah, like they're not going to really be able to get any veteran presence. Yeah, they like have to get a veteran defender who's going to be like, all right, he's on his last leg, like come in and just yell at our whole team.
And as a wide receiver, they're certainly not going to go to a bad team that doesn't have any like hope at the quarterback position.
Yeah, like if they had Zach Wilson, like a young quarterback, where it's like,
if they had drafted a quarterback in the first round or second round this year. And they had the plan, you know, we're going to roll with this guy going into next year. No one knows what the Steelers are going to do at quarterback.
Yeah, it's a mystery mark.
They're going to get maybe the guy from Pitt.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett probably. Well, I don't want to say probably. Maybe that's their move, but they don't have a definitive plan. And the thing that's going to suck for them is you want to go and get these big wide. There's going to be a few wide receivers hitting free agency. I'm pretty sure.
Allen Robinson probably.
Allen Robinson's hitting free agency. Chris Godwin. Is Cortland Sutton? hitting free agency?
I don't think so. I think he has one more year.
I think they signed him.
I couldn't remember if
yeah,
he
I'm
signed,
pretty sure they signed him before.
There's going to be receivers. There's going to be like guys you can go get, but you're not going to draw anyone in if you have no quarterback solution at all.
It's like the Bulls like 3 years ago. It was like a bunch of free agents coming out, but it was like there was no plan, there was no direction for the team. So it's not like there's a big like Anthony Davis is going to come to the Bulls because it's like, all right, it's just going to be me, and you have no idea how to build the team around me. So a wide receiver is going to come there and be like, you have no direction. Like I like Mike Tomlin, he's a great coach. Like I would play for Mike Tomlin, but every wide receiver is going to be like, but who's going to throw me the ball? And
right, that's their game.
I don't want to finish in last place.
Who can get the ball to them.
Because honestly, the Steelers are like they're a good team. It's just like
they have a good defense.
And I don't want to talk bad about Big Ben. He's been an amazing quarterback for all of his career, but he's at the end where he's just not nearly as good as he used to be, and it's time for him to hang up the boots.
It's time to hang up the cleats.
So it's just you don't know what's going on with that quarterback position. So if they get that fixed, they're a quarterback away. If they get a good quarterback, they'll be contending again.
They're a quarterback and a veteran wide receiver away.
But I mean, they're still not out of contention yet because that AFC is just the most up for grabs out of anyone.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in if you're the Steelers because, you're kind of in get what you can out of this year, try and make a final run or something. But what you're really nervous about is what are you going to do at quarterback? We've said it multiple times in different episodes now.
Mason Rudolph is the key.
I like Mason Rudolph. I loved him at Oklahoma State. He's not that guy.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
He's just seeing Ghost of Myles Garrett's helmet come flying at him. He's just like, I'm not ready.
The two things that he's notable for is getting hit in the head with Myles Garrett and getting absolutely knocked out cold by Earl Thomas.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. That's the only thing.
Two bad hits that are plays that he's taken.
Dude, that one was the best.
It's just there's no. We've said it. We don't believe that any of the guys coming into the draft this year are going to be like stars, right? Maybe you can get like a good an Alex Smith type, right? That doesn't lose you games. But
just want to point out, that's going to be a.
That is a stone cold take. That is a 100%. I mean, I know you said that long enough ago to make it a hot take.
Like right in the beginning.
That was the beginning. Yeah, that was a hot take at the time. It's still hot because of how valued the quarterback position is. You never know. But it's seeming more and more likely that none of them are going top 10. But, teams reach all the time. Jared Goff was taken first overall.
Why are you hating on Goff?
I'm just saying. But either way, the Steelers got to figure it out in many different ways. Quarterback, team culture, etc. There's a lot of things. They have pieces in place, though, like you said, Bobby. Young, good defense. Young, solid wide receivers. Pat Freiermuth is looking like a really good tight end.
Oh, yeah, really good.
Najee Harris is going to be a workhorse, absolute animal out of the backfield.
Their O-line needs a lot of work, though.
O-line needs some work, and you need a quarterback, and like Nick said, a veteran wide receiver. Maybe they can get that all. It's tough. You're not really. It's hard to know what's going to happen with that team, but they got to figure it out. But let's move on from the Steelers and talk about the Chiefs. They did figure it out this week.
Dude, their offense came together.
Oh yeah,
it
was one of those things. You saw the Raiders huddle up on the Chiefs logo, and I was like, "Yep, that's game. This game is over." I was instantly comfortable with my choice in Bobby's bets.
I was confident before that happened, but
I was really hoping that the Raiders were going to win and do circles in that parking lot again.
The Chiefs were going to win. It was more about will they beat the spread or something. Then that happened, and I was like, "Yep, this game's over." Before it started, really dumb move by the Raiders, who continue to prove they continue to surprise me with how just stupid that organization is. The mess that is the Raiders. Every week there's a new thing about them. I'm like, they just keep finding ways to make dumb decisions or have things bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help when your first play from scrimmage is a Josh Jacobs fumble for a touchdown.
No.
For the Chiefs. It's like you're always like, all right, we're gonna beat the Chiefs. We need to score a lot of points. We're gonna, meet up on the logo. And then first play of the game, you're like, actually, we're gonna turn the ball over and they're gonna score a touchdown.
Yeah, it's horrible. But you know what? The Raiders is the Raiders, man. I don't know what to tell you. It was just Bad football from the Raiders.
Hey.
What was the final score of that game? 41-9.
Yeah, and Pat.
Derek Carr and Hunter Renfrow and Josh Jacobs, I would say, are three of some of the greatest draft picks that the like you would think, like, as each one of those guys is taken, you're like, okay, they have a chance to be good, but like no one thought they were going to be as good as they are.
No, Josh Jacobs. Bobby can attest this. I've always been high on Derek Carr.
He loves Derek
I've
Carr.
been a big Derek Carr guy. Hunter Renfrow, scrappy little slot receiver, Cole Beasley type, which is cool. Josh Jacobs was probably in reality, Josh Jacobs is the only draft pick from the Khalil Mack trade that actually like came to any kind of fruition for that
because
team.
Cleveland Farrell stinks.
Yeah, Clelin Ferrell isn't it? Well, I don't know. That was their actual pick was Clelin Ferrell. That draft.
I forgot
They used
who
the
else.
Bears pick for Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
All the other guys aren't on the team except for Josh Jacobs. Clelin Ferrell, is he on the team still?
he might.
He might be he's not a main guy.
I
though.
don't think he's the main guy. He ain't the guy, pal.
No, and then another thing they have. What's his name? Is it Alex Leatherwood?
Yeah,
Did you see what his rating was for that game? His blocker rating?
No.
0.0. Might as well have not even touched someone. 0.0 blocker rating. You did literally nothing well.
Oh,
That's how bad it, like that's just,
Against a bad defense. Like, not a terrible defense, but like not a good defense. Like,
no, the Chiefs aren't that great of a defense, and you got a
hey,
zero.
they've been playing good.
No,
though.
to be fair, the defense has stepped up, but
They have. They're not the best.
for the majority of the year and going back into last year, they're not the best defense.
Yeah.
You know, they
Especially
are a
with-
bend, don't break defense, not a lockdown, shutdown defense.
Well, they completely shut them down.
Well, yeah. You
well,
know,
plus, I mean, it gets to the same thing. Like, teams have success against the Bills because it's a very obvious they don't really run the ball a lot. When you play the Chiefs, if the Chiefs' offense is clicking like they did in that game, there's going to be a lot of pass plays because you know you're going to be down, two or three scores.
yeah, you become the Chiefs when the Chiefs are clicking, they win games because they force you to be one dimensional on offense, which makes it any defense worth a damn is going to pretty much be able to stop a one dimensional offense.
Yeah.
Unless you're the Bills against the Patriots 2 weeks ago, then you're not stopping a one dimensional offense.
Yeah.
But if you're forcing the other team to throw the ball a lot, it's going to be easier because they're going to throw the ball. We're going to just call zone coverages, good, stuff that makes it hard to give up any big plays, force the offense to have to be really aggressive, and it's going to backfire. 41-9, that tells the story right there.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think the Chiefs scored 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, I think
They got rolled.
Yeah, they got rolled.
That's getting
They
rolled.
got rolled. And
And the
Pat
Bears
Mahomes,
got rolled this week, too, in the embarrassing fashion. So
Yeah.
I will actually say, the Bears in the first half, very impressed. I was very impressed. They
I was
stayed in that
not.
game.
I mean, I'll get to that point later.
I was disappointed in the defense.
I'll get to the point. I'll get to the point later
like giving
because
up that late touchdown.
But
in the
we'll
second,
We'll
I
get
have-
to that in a little
I have a
bit.
very shocking thing that a lot of Bears fans are going to be super mad about, and I'm assuming you guys aren't going to be super huge fans of, but I'll get to that point later about why I was very upset with that game.
Sure. I
Sure.
can't wait. I bet
All right,
it's about
but-
Justin Fields.
It is.
it is about Justin Fields.
Good, because I want to be truthful about Justin Fields this week.
All right, 406 yards, 5 TDs, and what?
Justin Fields?
No.
All season, yes.
But Pat Mahomes, it looks like this Chiefs offense is back, and if they come together here, it's gonna be scary.
I think what we just talked about is kind of on defense is how it is on offense. Mahomes, we've talked about before, is a big play. He's like conscious of the big play. He needs the big play. When he only gets a certain amount of possessions where the other team can control time of possession, the Chiefs offense can't click. Patrick Mahomes will do like 2 or 3 and outs in a half and be fine because he'll get a bunch more possessions.
Yeah,
But when he's getting a 3 and out and then if the Raiders are able to control the ball in the first half, Mahomes struggles. And like that's how the offense doesn't click.
even though their offense has been pretty terrible, he's still leading the league in passing yards. So
Yeah, because they're a pass first offense.
so
Because
He's gonna lead the league.
Tyreek
He's got
Hill
the best
just
tight end in the
burns.
league. He's got one of the best
burns
wide
the-
receivers in the league.
Whoa. I would put George Kittle
the
above
Chiefs are
Travis
just a
Kelce.
good offense.
I-
So they struggled. They put it together this week. They clicked. Clearly they clicked. Obviously, out of firing on all cylinders this week against the Raiders.
Rolled them.
And hey, I picked him in Bobby's bets, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I did not. I was really rooting for the Raiders. to
So
do it.
The Chiefs were one of those picks where I was like, I want the Raiders to win, so I'll be fine if I lose that one because the Raiders will have won. But 41-9. So that tells the story there.
Chiefs, Packers, and Buccaneers. I don't care if I pick them or not. If I pick them to win and they lose, I'm still okay with it because I really don't like the teams.
Yeah, I want them to lose every week, but if I pick them, at least I can find some kind of satisfaction in being right about that.
Yeah.
And then the Monday night game, Bobby, you were also big on the Cardinals.
I was big on the Cardinals.
Trash. I'm just kidding.
They lost by 7 points and they're trash.
They should have lost by more. There was clearly a face mask on the last drive for the Rams that would have just ended the game.
All right, well, Nick, are you a ref?
I can see with my eyes.
Are you a ref?
There was fate.
Are you a ref? Then, all right,
better than that ref. He was straight up staring at Matthew Stafford's face get ripped around.
All I gotta say
like,
is that this looked like the most complete the Rams have been since they made all those trades. So
I told you last week, them beating up on the Jaguars was their put it together game.
Yeah.
You got to beat up on a bad opponent, which meant the guys who were having trouble fitting in were able to find their spot. They should be smooth sailing from here, but you never know.
Yeah, you really
most complete team without your best defensive back and one of your good offensive players. Darrell Henderson and Jalen Ramsey were both out.
Yeah, but I will say Sony Michel's a pretty good backup.
And you played the best team in football. That's what some people are saying.
The best team in football is the Packers right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hurts me to say.
Yeah.
Hurts really
Aaron Rodgers
bad.
still owns the Bears.
Yeah.
But the Rams got the win. Cooper Kupp. How did he perform again?
Monster,
another good game.
123 yards, touchdown. All I want to say,
it's surprising when he doesn't have a good game now.
Yeah, all I want to say is it's looking more and more true that he is the best receiver this year.
This year.
Yes,
that's the
qualifier. I've been stressing this. I'm saying this year, but yeah,
it was a good game. Not much, really, not all that much to talk about it.
True.
The game I want to talk about is the Bears game.
True. But I'm just going to say I made a parlay. Very bad decision.
I'll make a parlay for this week.
You'll make a parlay. All right, yeah. If you
I'll
follow
make a parlay. I'll show you guys how to make a parlay.
Yeah.
I think Bobby... Follow me to the promised land. I don't give financial advice. Anyways, with that being said, the Bears, guys. The Bears. Bobby, go ahead. I'll give you the floor. You said you wanted to talk. You thought the Bears did good, so we'll give you the floor. You
first
get,
half,
2 minutes.
First half, I will say it was very impressive. Besides that interception, again, our special. I honestly think the Packers what they're big lacking.
Special teams,
awful.
Bears special teams was like the star. Of
it was. Their special teams were amazing.
Jakeem Grant, baby.
Khalil Herbert had really good kickoffs too.
Yeah, he did.
Him and Jakeem Grant were pretty much the entire production of that team's yards.
Yeah, they were.
And what's his name? Damian Bird? Is it Demir Bird?
Demir Bird.
Yep, Demir Bird.
And the run couldn't get going. The offense was okay, but again, the highlight of this first half was the special teams. We got up, we had the lead at halftime, even though our defense. What are you doing? They literally just let Devontae Adams just walk into the end zone at the end.
Well, here's what pissed me off the most about that. I think this was the most frustrating part of the game for me. Jalen Johnson is locking down Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams was targeted 8 times, 1 reception for 7 yards on Jalen Johnson. What did the Packers do? Okay, let's put him in the slot. Let's put him on the opposite side of the field. Jalen Johnson's not following him, so we're going to just keep him away from him. That happens. Devontae Adams goes off. That's when that big touchdown happens. So, I got my hot take up here right now. Jalen Johnson, top 5 cornerback. He played like one in that game.
Last couple weeks, not he was still a great cornerback, but you could be oh, he's having a sophomore slump a bit. After this week, right back up to the top.
I don't even think the Cardinals game, outside of the touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins, did you hear DeAndre Hopkins' name come up at all in that game?
No, really.
Slight push off and still one of the best receivers in
for the last 2 weeks, Jalen Johnson's name isn't coming up. And that's a good thing when you're a cornerback. You don't want your name to come up. It's like being an offensive lineman. You don't want your name coming up because that's how you know you're getting exposed by someone else. If your name's not coming up during the broadcast or anything, it means you're doing your job.
And we knew going into the season that the secondary was our worst, our biggest problem. And it just throughout the season, you just see it's highlighted. We needed someone that,
And
These guys weren't ready.
It doesn't help that the defense is getting decimated with injuries, specifically at the secondary.
Yeah, I can't remember who the cornerback was. Who
they've gone.
I can't remember what his name was, but he gave up the first touchdown where Lazard was wide open.
I think it was Marquis Christian.
I think
Yeah, that sounds. But he was just like, you could just tell he was not ready to play.
He got popped by Eddie Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Eddie Jackson took a horrible angle to the ball. It is what it is.
And I just want to say, Eddie Jackson, he's not good.
He got that contract. I don't know. I will say the impressive, what I like to see out of Eddie Jackson this past game is that he was aggressive in making tackles.
Yeah.
He took the tackling aspect of his game seriously. But I also think he's covering because Tashawn Gibson is bad.
Yeah.
He has blown coverage after blown coverage. And Eddie Jackson is kind of having to try and cover both sides in place of him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what teams are noticing is Tashawn Gibson's not good. And so if you can take advantage of the fact that Eddie Jackson is trying to provide extra coverage towards his side of the field to help him out. Even that said, though, Eddie Jackson's, he's the ball hawk. His whole thing is playing the ball in the air. He hasn't been good at that.
Well, I think Eddie Jackson is getting a bad rap for it because he's in his head too much where he's thinking I have to help him because he's going to get beat. And then he ends up getting beat on the backside because he's trying to think too much ahead.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I have to be on this side of the field. But really, he should just be playing his own position. If someone else gets beat, okay, that's his fault. You don't want that to just constantly happen. But it's you got to play your own game, and hopefully it works out.
I also think he needs to take a step back from the whole ball hawk mentality and just play safety.
Yeah.
When you play your coverage correctly, the interceptions will come. That stuff's going to happen. But I feel like he's at a point where he's trying to force these turnovers to where he's getting extra aggressive. He's trying to bait the QB into throwing the ball, and it's backfiring on him. I still think he's a solid safety. He needs someone opposite across from him or next to him that is going to help him out. Because him and Adrian Amos were
they were
an unbelievable combo at the safety spot.
Yeah.
And now you lost Adrian Amos to Green Bay, traitor.
Traitor.
And now you're seeing Eddie Jackson struggling because he needs someone else. Tashawn Gibson was okay last year, but he was a placeholder. You need to find someone who can actually contribute, be more of an impact on your defense. With that being said, though, the frustration with the Bears, anytime the team they're scoring points, the defense can't stop anyone.
Yeah.
They're a bad team because good teams click on both sides of the ball in the same game.
Yeah.
Bad teams don't. And that's what the Bears are. They're bad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help. Your defense isn't stopping anyone. And then you throw a horrible pick six, give up a fumble. I'm not going to really fault him for the last interception. It was a desperation. Game was already over kind of situation, whatever.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields needs to address this turnover problem that he's got. Because it's not.
Dude, it's again, I feel like you just got to full circle. It starts from the top. Nagy does not know how to coach up these QBs.
I would 100% agree with that for the simple fact that if Nick Foles was out there in that game, he plays just as good as Justin Fields did. And everyone's starting to be, Justin Fields is still the quarterback because Matt Nagy's bad. Justin Fields is still he had a great game. If Mitch Trubisky was out there or Nick Foles,
there it is.
People would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Mitch Trubisky sucks so bad. And not blame Nagy nearly as much. But now it's because Justin Fields has to be our guy. You know what really the Bears should have done in this offseason? Not signed Andy Dalton. Put money into Kyle Fuller. Kept him on the team. Could have just rolled with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky. And they'd have more wins this year than they have right now with Justin Fields and Andy Dalton.
I wouldn't say that.
Now that Mitch has been brought up, I didn't expect him to get brought up. I'll piggyback off of what you're saying. There is an extent to what Nick is saying. That's true. Now that Bears fans got the guy that they wanted to be the quarterback, the excuses come rolling out for him.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. This is not a biased thing towards Trubisky. I do like Mitch. This isn't me trying to
I'm not trying to say anything, but it's his first year in the league. You have to get adjusted. You have to be. And
no, I know.
Again, Mitchell Trubisky had 4 years in the league and nothing.
No, I'm not saying
he didn't progress at all
in Chicago. That's not what I'm saying. That's not at all what I'm saying.
And again, with Nick Foles, and Andy Dalton, they've had years of experience. So
Yeah, but Andy Dalton's really never had a terrible year. He led the Bengals to the playoffs multiple years. He did a great job to replace Dak Prescott last year in Dallas. And I'm pretty sure Andy Dalton can throw a 7-yard pass to a guy who beats the entire Packers defense, or make a nice little pitch pass to Jakeem Grant and just let him run. I mean, Jakeem Grant proved that he could score without Justin Fields giving him the ball.
I'm going to be entirely honest. Justin Fields did not impress me in this game against Green Bay.
No, I wouldn't say
it was an unimpressive game from him.
Justin Fields hasn't impressed me all the year for the simple fact is people are like, this is the guy. If he's the guy, and I understand the coach isn't going to help you out, but he should still be producing at a level like that's impressive.
The only game that he had where I was really impressed and was
Pittsburgh.
Confident he was the guy was the Steelers game.
Yeah.
With that though, he is a rookie, right? So there's growing pains
Yes.
and everything. A lot, guys are having some struggles and whatnot. But Nick brought up Trubisky, so I'm going to say it. I'm just going to bring this up, and then we'll stop talking about Mitch because he's not here. You don't want to spend too much time on him. His rookie year, so much better than what we're seeing out of Justin Fields right now in a crappier team.
But
there's no buts on that. No, there's no buts. Justin Fields has 21 turnovers, and he's played in 11 games. He has a turn. My biggest issue with Justin Fields is that he has a turnover problem. That's something that can be fixed, but he fumbles the hell out of the ball. He's got to work on protecting the ball. He doesn't have the greatest pocket awareness, in my opinion. He's got the traits you want. He's got a good arm. He's fast. I believe that he's smart. The problem is that you're seeing is he came from Ohio State. Ohio State dominated the Big Ten. It was like you beat up on teams. That's what you did at Ohio State.
Yeah.
You beat up on most teams that you faced. Now here you are in the NFL, and every guy that's lined up across on the defense is one of the best, 64 to 96 people in the world at that position that they're playing, right? It's not the same. It's so much faster. He needs to adjust, and I haven't seen adjustment. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen growth. What I've seen is that he's quicker to run the ball now.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, he was keeping his eyes downfield, which I like to see. I've noticed he makes the decision to become a runner more, and I do like that because I thought he was looking downfield to a fault early in the season, to where he wasn't taking advantage of the plays that he could have had with his legs. But all things considered, that he's got to protect the ball. You can't win games when you're fumbling and throwing pick sixes. And right now he's averaging 2 turnovers a game.
Yeah,
that is the
staring down receiver. Almost every team knows he's going to try to throw Darnell Mooney as much as possible.
Yeah, he stares down his guys.
And you can say whatever you want about Matt Nagy, but that pick six, he never took his eyes off Darnell Mooney as soon as he liked the ball. And that's not Matt Nagy's fault. That's Justin Fields not being confident and being like, I know I'm throwing to him. I don't have to look through my progressions. I'm throwing to him, and throws a pick six. I'd rather take a sack in that position because that completely turned the game around.
Yeah. But all I'm trying to say is,
in all, my point is, yes, all these issues can be fixed, but like I said, we're gonna Nagy's gone after this year. There's no saving his job. No one in Chicago wants him here, so they're gonna bring in a new coach. And honestly, if we bring in a good offensive-minded coach, I feel like he will work with them. He will fix these problems, and I still have faith in him.
No, I'm not saying I don't have faith in him.
I'm just saying people.
All I'm saying is
people are putting way much pressure on Nagy because now all of a sudden Justin Fields the guy where it's like that pressure should have been on.
Well, the pressure with Nagy is that you got 4 different quarterbacks and your offense has not succeeded with any of them. You've been a mediocre offense for 4 years.
But for the past 4 years, when there was a bad offensive quarterback game, it was almost 50-50, if not 75% blame was on the quarterback. Now it's 100% blame is on Nagy, and Justin Fields is still the greatest thing.
Well, again,
even though he's proving that he's not the
Mitchell
greatest
Trubisky. It was just Mitchell Trubisky. Then you go and get Nick Foles. Then at that point, okay, just Nick Foles is not as good. Is not good. Then you go and get Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton's not succeeding in his system.
It's like 2 games before he got hurt, and he was playing pretty decently.
He threw 4 picks in the last game, and then they decided to roll with Justin Fields. So
all I'm saying is people need to be fair and accept that that there's not an excuse for everything that Justin Fields does wrong.
I'm saying there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed.
There are a lot of problems, and I want to be clear. I like Justin Fields. I do think he's the franchise quarterback.
Me
for
too.
The Bears.
Yeah.
My frustration only comes from how many excuses I'm seeing being made for him. In perfect example, the group chat we have, our fantasy football chat. I'm not ripping anyone, but when I point out that Justin Fields has a turnover problem, which is true, there is a reason that I said that. I didn't just pull that out of my ass. He has a turnover problem. And then instantly, I'm not going to name names, an individual talks about how he doesn't think that's necessarily true. Immediately goes to talking about, Mitch Trubisky and how he failed and everything. And all I'm saying is you have to be fair and take bias out of the picture when you're evaluating someone and you're talking about their performance. Not everything that Justin Fields does wrong is Matt Nagy's fault. Yes, there are scheme issues. But when you throw a bad pick, you throw a bad pick.
Yeah.
When you fumble the ball, you fumble the ball.
No, I agree with that.
And the turnover thing is something that can be addressed. He's got to get coached better. He's got to get brought up better. So that is a coaching thing, but he stared down his receiver, which is a rookie mistake. These are rookie growing pains. My point is just that let's be fair and acknowledge that there are parts of his game that need to get better. Because if we all have the mentality of a new coach will make him a new quarterback, that's not true. A new coach doesn't guarantee that Justin Fields succeeds.
I'm not saying that, but it's sure a hell of a lot better than what we have with Nagy.
I feel like everyone keeps saying that, but like you have to take your mind out of being like a Bears fan in this season. Let's go back to off season. Say Bears don't move up in the draft, so they're still sitting at 20. They're not getting a quarterback. They already got Andy Dalton. Mitch Trubisky's gone. So you have Andy Dalton. Now you have 20th pick. I feel like you're either going offensive line or you get Greg Newsome from Northwestern and he's your cornerback. It helps the defense out. I think they win more games this year. And of course, Andy Dalton has more experience than Justin Fields. So of course that's going to help in some of those close games. But no Bears fans are talking about how if Nagy was still the coach with Andy Dalton and a different guy instead of Justin Fields, they would be in the same place, if not maybe one or two more wins ahead. Which, okay, take out the one X factor that you pulled out. It's Justin Fields. It's not Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy would still be there, and the team would be doing slightly better.
Okay, yeah, but slightly better is not. Again, with Nagy, the best you're going to get is.
He needs to go.
He needs to go. But Bears fans need to realize that Justin Fields has a lot of share of this blame. He is not living up to the hype, and people need to realize, okay, you know what? He's not that great. Maybe we should have played Andy Dalton for the whole season and just let him not lose his confidence.
People need to simmer down with the hype, because what you're not doing is you're not allowing him to develop. Right? If you make excuses for people all the time, then they're gonna. I don't think Justin Fields is a guy who will fall in and be like, well, yeah, that's a good excuse. But you have to accept that the growing pains are there, but you have to acknowledge them. You have to be fair about it, and to simply say that, well, if this doesn't happen, if he doesn't have this guy in his ear or something like that, then he's an instantly better quarterback. No, there are parts of his game that need to be fixed, and we need to just not. You have to understand, with quarterbacks, it could be 2 to 3 years before you know what kind of quarterback they're going to be.
Yeah.
I like Justin Fields. I think he will be the franchise quarterback the Bears have been searching for. My whole thing is just be fair with the criticism, and I've been getting tons of crap from people because I said he has a turnover problem. That's why I'm pressed about this. That's really all it is.
I know.
I keep getting crap for saying he's got a turnover problem.
I agree with you. He does have a turnover problem.
I just have a problem with everyone.
That's all I wanted to hear you say.
My whole thing is, people are saying like if Nagy was not the coach from day one, like the Bears would be like pushing for a playoff spot, and I don't think that's the case at all.
No, the Bears were going to be bad regardless.
Yeah,
but it's just like so many Bears fans out there are like, man, if Nagy wasn't the coach, we would definitely be fighting for first place against Green Bay, and he would not be. But Bears fans are just out there in La La Land thinking that
this year was a transition.
It's Nagy's fault.
It's a transition.
You lost Kyle Fuller, you lost a lot of players, and you had to transition. I don't know. It should not have been this bad, but again, the best you're going to get with Matt Nagy is an 8-8 season. And again,
well, I mean, you got 12-4 1 year, but that proved to be a fluke.
That was Vic Fangio. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
that was not. That was not.
That proved to be a fluke. Either way, though, That's really all I got to say about the Bears game. The team frustrates me and pisses me off in general.
Yep, to no end.
And you know how I am. I'm not so I will criticize the people who deserve the criticism.
Yeah, no,
That's
understand.
my whole thing is, I don't discriminate with my criticism.
But Fields is my boy. I'm so wrong with him. I want a new coach.
I think
all of Chicago wants a new coach.
I want a new
Go
coach,
to
too.
any sporting event or public event, and they'll chant "Fire Nagy."
Yeah, even at his son's school. That's kind of messed up.
That was messed up, but you know what? Hey, it's the life.
That's the life it goes. You know,
That's what
that's
happens
the way
when
she
your dad
goes.
sucks as a head coach.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, not sorry. But let's roll into Bobby's bets here.
Well, here we gotta go over Lamar real quick.
That's right,
Yeah.
Lamar.
Went out with the ankle injury, got carted off, and let me tell you, the Ravens played like absolute dupe.
Yeah, they're not good without him.
Yeah,
Nothing against that one
yeah.
dude, Tyler Huntley, but
they definitely came back though after he went out against the Browns. Like,
I mean,
but imagine what they could have done with Lamar.
yeah,
yeah, no, I'm saying they probably would have won the game, but I feel like this is the Ravens look bad without Lamar, but
Yeah.
the Browns look terrible because they almost lost to Taylor Huntley coming in, and if
Taylor Huntley,
and if he doesn't
Taylor or
overthrow
Tyler?
Tyler.
whatever.
was
If he doesn't
just making
overthrow
fun.
Marquise Brown on like 3 straight passes,
Yeah, what
they
that
end up
tells
winning.
me though is that the Ravens are well coached, and they are a team that will overcome adversity.
Yeah,
This,
Yeah, top 3 coach in football. Like, they're definitely well coached.
That's what I said.
No, I'm just saying. I'm agreeing
Oh,
with you.
I thought you were challenging me.
No, I said they're
I thought you-
definitely. I'm like they're definitely well coached. They have a
Yeah.
top 3 coach. in
Their
football.
team, they still fight. You lost your best player, and you still hung around. That says a
Yeah,
lot about
that
what they
is.
are as
But-
a team. Opens the door though for the Browns and
yeah.
Bengals. Opens the door
for the Browns.
For the Bengals. They have the same record.
Yeah, but
Why are
they're-
you hating on the Bengals, bro?
'Cause they're not good.
They're a good team.
No,
The
they're
Bengals
not.
the Bengals are what the Bears should be this year.
Exactly. Zach Taylor. I like Zach Taylor.
Yeah,
I really just like Joe Burrow. That's about it.
I love Joe.
they had a
Burrow.
quarterback that didn't have a turnover problem. I think Joe Burrow right now is 32 touchdowns for 6 interceptions.
You sure?
I think so. I think that's so. I don't know. I
don't
just
know.
I just saw that
I
like
think he's got more than 6. I thought he's been having an interception issue the last few games.
No, I think he's been pretty good. I mean,
he had 3 against the Bears, and then so I think it was more than 6. I think
They're
maybe
down,
it's
baby.
Maybe it's like 9. I don't think it's that
We'll
much.
double.
I
We'll
don't think
double
it's in the
check it.
double
We can
digits.
double
But
check it if
but
you
he
want.
did have the record or
He
like-
did have the most straight attempts without an
yeah
interception.
before the Bears.
And it
game.
ended
beat-
with
wait.
the Bears game.
wait, he beat Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think yet to start a career. I don't know if he has the.
Oh.
No, I feel like he had. I thought I heard that. I thought he had it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
but that's clearly not the turnover problem. If he's
No, I
if he's flirting with records about not.
Yeah, I know. He's flirting
Okay,
with records
okay,
about
we get
not
back-
turning
get
it
back
over.
to Lamar.
It's Joe Burrow. All right.
Get back to Lamar. It's scarier to like. I don't think he's gonna be out for a long time, but
He's expected to play Sunday. I don't know. And
He got carted off, which
yeah,
concerns me.
very, very
If he's
concerning.
concerning.
expected to play, then it's probably not ligament damage. or-
Yeah.
it's the way he plays. Defenses have to back off tight coverage because they have to be like, oh, we're ready for him to break off for a 30-yard run. If they
He's
know his
faster
ankle
than anyone
hurts,
else on the field.
if
Yeah.
they know his ankle hurts, it's like, all right, now we don't have to worry about him running as much.
Yeah,
And he's not the most accurate passer. There's guys open because he's gonna take off. I'm gonna go tackle him, and then now there's a guy wide open. Down the field.
like not saying that he is not a good quarterback
No.
or anything. It's just that it takes away a whole aspect of his game if his ankle's hurt and you can't run the ball.
If you limit him to a pocket passer, his completion percentage probably not great.
And
just in the
especially
pocket.
coming at this time of the season where the AFC North is so close and
It's up for grabs.
like you need to make a push here. Like honestly, this
it's a tough
if
call.
it's
I wouldn't
anything-
want to make that decision.
Well, and-
I probably would sit him though.
yeah, sit him for who are they playing?
they're playing the Packers.
Yeah, honestly,
I'd sit
It's
him.
tough.
I would sit him too.
I would-
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I would
I don't
sit
think you're
him.
beating that game. You're beating them, but I would love to see the Packers lose.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah, but I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, true. But,
But after that, let's roll into Bobby's bets.
yeah, we'll move into Bobby's bets. We'll start off with Chiefs and Chargers on Thursday night. Chiefs are favored by 3. Chargers,
Jay Herbs, baby.
Jay Herbs, but
is Keenan Allen playing this week?
He's back.
he's
He's
back.
back.
He's back.
I mean, they did roll the Giants.
It's the Giants.
I mean, but
Mike
it was
Glennon.
just-
struggled against the Giants.
Yeah, but it was also Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
The
Giants.
Chiefs struggled against
But not Mike Glennon Giants.
Not the Mike Glennon
Yeah,
Giants.
same defense,
Yeah,
though.
also very upset. Why did Mike Glennon have to come back, dude? Why
I know,
couldn't you
that
just
ruined my
sit out with
Sunday.
a concussion?
Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Have you seen those TikToks? Have you? Mike Glennon. You got to look him up. I'll find one after this.
Wait, I have a quick
Hilarious.
question. We're talking about Mike Glennon. What happened to Trace McSorley? Wasn't he the Ravens backup?
Dude, I don't know what happened to him, man.
Because wasn't he
I
pretty?
don't
Wasn't
know.
he pretty okay? Like
I'm
he
pretty-
wasn't terrible.
I'm
He wasn't no Nathan Peterman throwing like 6 picks every time he walked out there.
I don't know what happened to Trace McSorley. He
I don't
got
know.
a whole song about him, and he's not even.
He made it. He made it.
I'm picking
Yeah, I know,
the.
but he's got. Have you not heard the Trace McSorley song?
No, I haven't heard that.
I'm
I don't
picking the
know.
Chargers.
Throw it on it,
So
Doc.
what you
got to, dude?
when
how
you
is-
guys
are
debate
out
about-
of the loop,
I don't know.
he doesn't know the Trace McSorley song.
We'll play it for you after.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
all
play
right.
it for you.
I'm picking the Chargers. You tell me who you're gonna pick.
I'm
gonna
going
look up.
Chiefs. Their offense completely came out, and I think they're coming together at the end of this season, and they're going to roll the Chargers. Sorry.
Trace McSorley is on the Cardinals.
Oh, he's back up on the Cardinals.
Ravens probably wish they had him now.
No,
Yeah.
they do.
You know what he does? He throws it on a dime, like he ain't even trying.
Like Calvin in his prime.
Kevin in his prime.
Well, I thought he would be getting his rapping career started, but he's
He's
still
just
on
a
a
kid
team.
from Briarwood who's wearing number 9.
Okay, you can stop now.
Oh my God!
We're gonna get
All right.
copyright
Yeah,
strikes.
shoot, you're right. Uh-oh.
Raiders versus Browns. Browns favored by 3.
Browns is the Browns.
I'm going Browns.
I'm going Raiders.
Raiders are dumpster firing right now.
No, they're gonna bounce back from last week.
We'll see. We'll see.
This is Saturday night. We got Saturday night football, boys. I'm very excited, and this is my game of the week here.
This is Bobby's game of the week.
Not my lock, but game of the week.
Okay.
Well, it better not be your lock. It's probably one of the biggest toss-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
this is a tough call.
We
I'm not gonna lie.
we got the Patriots and man, the genius Belichick. I will give him credit against the Colts and Jonathan Taylor.
Oh shit.
What did you
Nick,
do?
what are you doing? I formatted this dude. Great job, and then you're over here just destroying my work. All right. I have to say though, this is a tough call. This is gonna be an amazing game. I'm so excited to watch this game, but I think I have to go Colts here.
You have to pick the Colts. Mac Jones in the past 2 weeks is throwing 3 passes.
All right, why are you?
And I mean, he had a bye week, so yeah, but it's 3 passes.
I'm rolling with the Pats.
No, because Mac Jones is going to have to pass, and Jonathan.
He's fine. He's been fine this year.
And Jonathan.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying he's going to have to pass, and Jonathan Taylor is going to control the game. So it's going to be a combination of Mac Jones have to.
All right.
I've never seen him
Okay.
speed up his progressions where it's like.
All I have to say is he threw 3 passes last week, and they still won the game. So like,
no, I know.
it's still
And
a
you're
very
still
impre-
picking the Colts.
dude. Jonathan Taylor, man, he is.
Their quarterback's only throwing 3 passes
A
in 2
beast.
weeks.
Stop it with that. It don't matter. Patriots.
His arm is going to take so long to warm up.
Also, I've been watching Hard
He's
Knocks.
fine.
Have you guys been watching in the
No.
season? Dude, really good. I want to say that. I really like the coach, Frank Reich.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy. I feel like
for
he's a
him.
great coach. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch Hard Knocks.
Thanks for bringing
I'm
that
just
up, Bob.
just
Glad we
telling you.
talked
All
about
right?
that.
Hey, what you
What a
guys?
fun little tidbit.
What you guys too poor for HBO?
No, I have HBO.
I have
Yeah.
HBO.
Then watch Hard Knocks.
I
What are you
just don't
doing?
Watch Hard Knocks. What? Yo,
Watch.
first off, bro, we don't discriminate based on household income in this.
I know.
On
I'm,
this show.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Cancel.
Bobby.
Cancel this man. Cancel him.
All right.
Don't
We
act
got football team Eagles. Eagles are favored by 5.
Football team, baby.
Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles here.
Football team, baby.
Okay.
Hey,
The past,
hey,
the past 2 weeks when I've looked at Washington, when I've debated on picking them, I've thought Chase Young has been playing. He has been playing for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, he's been
Football.
out.
Washington, baby. Washington, baby.
Jalen Hurts. Oh, by the way, did you see Adam Schefter call them by their old name? He didn't
Uh-oh.
say football
There
team.
goes his career.
Yeah, I know. I was like, because we made that mistake like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, we made a big mistake. Adam Schefter, way more important than us. He's also making the same mistake, so I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, we're
Sure.
safe.
Yeah, we're
If
safe.
he's not canceled, we're not canceled.
Well, I wasn't saying anything about cancel. I'm just like,
No,
man,
I- but
they've
in
been the
this,
football
I'm-
team
I'm
for a
rolling with
while.
The football team. They had a very, very bad game against Dallas and still found a way to climb into it.
Taylor
They
Heineke.
didn't cover the spread, but
Taylor
Man,
Heineke,
you know-
rather have him in Chicago than Justin Fields. No, I'm just kidding.
I find
Do
it,
not say that, man. Come
I
on.
find it hard to believe that they will have that same poor performance again against a worse team.
Eagles, baby, they're good.
Yeah, dude. Why
Sleeping on
Why are
them.
you hating on Jalen Hurts?
I feel like Eagles are a dark horse to sneak into the playoffs and then
Football team.
beat some teams.
Listen, guys, I'm rolling with the football team.
I will say, the football team has been, besides the last game, they have been playing good football.
Yeah, football
But,
team. That's why I'm rolling with them.
but I like the Eagles, man. It's just
I'm not saying you guys can't pick the
Dude,
Eagles.
Vince
saying
Papali
go
is going
football
to
team.
dominate.
yeah,
Vince
Vince Papali,
Papali.
Invincible, great movie.
That is a terrific
Mark
movie.
Wahlberg.
It is.
B.
Yeah, it is.
Marky
Mark
Mark.
Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Spencer like Unloaded or whatever? It's a movie on Netflix. Marky
I
Mark.
think it's Spencer Confidential.
Yeah, Confidential. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, it's good movie, man.
We'll talk about movie. We always just kind
Yeah,
of somehow
there's
go
our
to
movie
movies.
reference for the show.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
But
There
Mark
it is.
Wahlberg, any movie with him,
I
probably
love Mark Wahlberg.
you're gonna have a
Yeah.
good time.
Probably
You're
the
gonna have a
only
good time.
person
Yeah.
from Boston that I like.
I'm
Nah,
trying-
Teddy Bruschi.
No.
I like Teddy Bruschi.
Okay. Damn about Teddy Bruschi.
Who's Teddy Bruschi?
Do you?
What?
So we got the Panthers.
who
at
is
the
Teddy
Bills.
Bruschi?
Yeah. We'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah. Panthers versus Bills. Bills
Yeah.
favored by 10.5. Panthers been playing like absolute dog doo doo.
So the Bills. They lost
This
to a
is a
team.
big-
The quarterback only threw 3 times, and they still lost.
There was 50-mile-per-hour winds. I don't know what I can.
Josh
You know
Allen
what,
was
Nick?
throwing 120 mile per hour football passes
hey.
to his wide receivers.
Next time we have 60-mile-per-hour winds, I'm calling you up, Nick. We're going outside. I want to see you throw a football. All right.
I didn't say anything about the Bills' offense throwing the ball. I'm saying the Bills couldn't stop an offense that ran the ball 99% of their
Yeah,
plays.
but they looked good. They figured it out against the Bucks. I'm going Bills.
Yeah, dude, they had a really good game against Bucks.
10.5 is a scary spread, but Panthers seem to just kind of switch quarterbacks every time they throw an incomplete pass. So I'm pretty sure the Bills will be. If they keep doing that, that's a recipe for losing by a
This
lot.
is the first time Bobby hasn't picked Super Cam since Super Cam's
because
back.
Super Cam's not Super Cam.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
just
he's not.
He's just
Cameron.
Cam.
He's just Cameron Newton right now.
It's like I don't know.
He got replaced.
Cameron.
He got replaced by Kyle Allen from that commercial, that NFL Plays 60 commercial.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like the nostalgia factor of liking them when you were younger, and then they get older and
They're just not the same.
yeah,
It's okay.
dude. It's like
Never meet your idols.
It's probably what Jake It's what Jake goes through with Big Ben. He's probably growing up. He's so good, and then now he's just Big Ben.
Bobby
still big
bandwagon with the Panthers for an entire year and a half.
No, I had him in fantasy, and he absolutely destroyed. So then I just started liking Cam
Coincidentally, the same year they went 15-1.
because I had him in fantasy football.
And then the Panthers were his favorite team for the next year.
And then they lost a lot.
I
And then
drafted
and
him
then it
again in
became-
fantasy
and then
football.
it became the Bills. And then the Cardinals.
I drafted Josh
now it's
Allen
the
in
Cardinals.
football.
Josh Allen wasn't on the team when this happened, Bob.
No.
Josh Allen, when the Panthers went 15-1, Peyton Manning was still in the league, bro.
Oh, I thought you were talking about last year because I drafted him in fantasy football.
No. I'm talking about years
Oh,
ago.
you're talking about the tie guy
I'm talking
years?
about back in your bandwagon days, which you still live in.
What are you talking about? Back when Ty God was on the team, I picked him in Madden because I would run all over you. You're still mad to this day, all right,
Not
guy?
mad, no, I couldn't give a damn about man. I'm just saying you're a bandwagon fan.
Now
I'm
your
not a
favorite team's the
bandwagon.
Cardinals.
You jump teams, bro.
I'm not the Cardinals. I would rather have the Rams win.
I'm not talking about the car. Okay, you know what? I'm
division.
talking about in the past here.
I'm talking about the Jets
whatever.
and the Dolphins.
I'm talking about the Jets and the Dolphins.
I'm
now.
not a bandwagon, all right?
Dolphins
if
are
I
favored
have
by
him in
8.5.
fantasy, obviously I'm a root for him.
He's a bandwagon fan.
Jets versus Dolphins, yeah. Dolphins favored by 8.5. Jets been playing like
Shit.
the Jets, and
Call
it's
it what it
just.
is. Shit.
Jets,
And
Jets, baby.
I
I'm
wanna-
not taking the Jets.
Let's go Jets, baby.
I want to say Tua has been playing good football.
Yeah,
He's the lefty Lamar. Let's be honest. I'm just kidding.
this one.
Lamar.
This one
Oh,
seems
it's
pretty
lefty.
basic.
No.
Yeah, it's a clear cut. You go Dolphins here. It's
They're Miles Gaskin has also been pretty good this year.
yeah, I will say he's been playing pretty.
And I can't remember what his first name is. Ahmed,
Jalen,
running back. They're back.
oh,
Running
really?
back.
But Jalen Waddle's been playing pretty good.
Mike Gesicki too.
Yeah.
Pretty
Mike
solid.
Gesicki's an underrated tight end.
Defense is okay.
Yeah.
Like not terrible, not great. And Brian Flores, I like Brian Flores.
Yeah,
I think
they're
he's
going to beat
doing.
a bad team. That's what's going to happen this week.
And if the Bills keep playing the way they are, they might be sneaking into number 2.
Who knows?
The Dolphins?
Yeah. Yeah, in
could.
that division. We got another NFC East. The Cowboys versus the Giants. Cowboys favored by 10.5. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is Danny Dimes back?
I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
I don't know.
I don't think it matters either.
You don't? I think
For this year, I'm not going to say straight out that Taylor Heineke is better than Danny Dimes, but for this year, Taylor Heineke has been better than Danny Dimes. And Taylor Heineke
Bro,
is the
that Cowboys defense is so good.
Yeah.
I got to go with the boys.
Heineke's the Heineke's the reason they came back in that game, and Danny Dimes cannot do that. So the boys.
I will say, if Danny Dimes comes back, the nervous part would be them covering the spread, but I think I have to go Cowboys here.
Bobby,
I gotta go Cowboys.
That's why I pick it now. Put some pressure on you.
Titans versus Steelers. Titans favored by 1.5.
Titans. Nothing else to talk about. Titans on that one.
Titans. Ryan Tannehill. He's going to throw for 500 yards.
I'm going Steelers.
Put it on the
There
board.
you go, Bobby. You go Steelers again. You have fun with that choice.
I'm going to go Steelers again.
And when we're back here next week and we're talking about how something shouldn't have happened in that game.
If Jake Claypool does the same thing again, I swear to God.
What are you
I
gonna
swear
do?
to God.
What are you going to do? Contact him on TikTok? He's on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll call him out on TikTok.
He's like, I'm going to contact Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm going to be like,
Juju, come get your son.
get your boy.
Yeah. I'll send
You're
him.
going with the Steelers?
I'm going Steelers here.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know what?
That must be a Jake influence on that one.
And now we see why Bobby is 65 and 79. Remember like 4 weeks ago when you were like, man, I can't believe this guy picks these and he's in first. You were talking about me. Look at me, still in
He's
first.
got 14 games on you.
He does have 14 games on me.
I got 6, so I'm actually...
It's been a bad year for betting.
It's been a bad season. What do you mean?
Yeah, it has been. All right, man.
Bobby, 7-7 was like your second best week of the year.
No, not my second. All right, relax here.
Okay, maybe you're...
Relax here. You're beating me by 6. All right?
Yeah, I am beating you by 6. That's still a considerable amount to be beating you by.
Yeah. All right, Nick, if you're so confident, why don't you go drive out to Joliet, get your FanDuel account, and then start betting, all right? I don't know what to tell you.
Because I'd probably just bet on the games that I lose. I still missed 68 games.
Yeah, see, hey, you know what? It happens to everyone. You know, sometimes you're up.
I mean, I haven't lost
sometimes you're
79 games like some people, but I mean, 68 is still a lot.
down. Hey, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, man. I don't know what to tell you, all right? Hey.
But here we go. Let's talk about the toilet bowl coming up.
Yeah,
Right now.
this-
Donut. You're going to say the donuts of the league.
This is an
No, I was
absolute
gonna say-
shit
I was
bowl.
gonna say
This
dump fest, but that's-
did
this is the toilet bowl.
Did the Texans get shut out last week? No, they scored 13, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Dude, all right, it's the Texans versus the Jags. These two teams suck. Urban Meyer's a bum. It looks like he's going to be out at the end of the year. It will not be shocking to me.
Come to Chicago, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought it was an interesting hire, to say the least.
oh,
I've never been one to believe in the college coach coming out.
I'm
coming to
straight
the
up
NFL.
just gonna go Jags here.
Bobby's trying to delete my picks over here.
No,
trying
I
to make
put it
me
back for
lose
you.
games.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
picking.
gonna go with the Tex. I'm
picking the Texans. Yeah,
I'm going Jags.
they scored 13 points against the Seahawks. Seahawks defense is no slouch out there.
No, the Seahawks defense is garbage, and Jamal Adams.
Who'd the Jags
stinks.
play?
The Jags played the Titans.
I'm gonna go with Texans.
I'm going
Texans,
Jags.
I think the Texans have a better running game, and that's what will be the difference.
This is a shit bowl. No one wants to watch this.
I kind of want to.
Dude, this is gonna be.
I kind of want to watch it to just feel good about us being the Bears. And
No, the Bears might not beat these teams. I don't feel good as a
No,
Bears
we
fan.
don't play them. We don't have to go there. We don't play either of those teams.
Well,
All right. Well, we'll change up. We got the Cardinals versus the Lions. Cardinals are favored by 13.5.
Anyone
a-
picking against the Lions would be stupid. Just kidding.
I can't pick the Lions on this one. I just can't.
Because what did they get beat by? They got beat by like
38.
30 points. Yeah.
48-10.
Yeah.
Against the Broncos.
And we thought they were going to cover the spread.
I know.
So,
Man, dude, they got that first win, and that shit went to their head, bro.
yeah.
Went to our head. We were
It
like,
went to
yeah, we
everyone's
got
head,
it.
bro.
All right.
They are just bad.
Yeah, they are.
They're
They
down
are
bad.
bad.
They're down
Well,
catastrophic.
good news for them. They're going to get the number 1 overall pick. I don't know what to say. Hey, congrats. They're going to get Thibodeau. Falcons
Aiden
versus
Hutchinson.
49ers.
Tom Thibodeau.
49ers favored by 9.5. Do not say that. Andrew's going to get very triggered. All right? Just don't bring that name up.
He didn't even
What'd
hear
you
me.
say?
I said they're going to pick Aiden Hutchinson. Freaking.
Oh,
Should have won
man.
the Heisman, but
If
no, got stolen from him.
Oh, I want to point. Well, actually, I'll wait.
We'll wait till we dive into college
Let's
football.
roll. Let's get through this Bobby's bets.
All
here.
right,
Let's
Falcons
get going.
versus 49ers. 49ers favored by 9.5.
9.5's a big spread. I feel confident that the
Cordarrelle Patterson, you think he's going to lose by
I
more
think
than
that
10?
the Falcons can
No.
cover 9.5.
I'm going 49ers.
Of course you are.
They pulled off a win against the Bengals.
Pull off a win. They were going to win that game, no problem.
Dude, the Bengals are a good team. I don't know why you keep hating on them.
Hey, who's
Speaking
the only
of
one
the
who got that
Bengals,
game right?
Yeah, speaking of the Bengals versus Broncos. Broncos favored by 1.5. Disrespecting the Bengals like that. I'm going Bengals here.
I'm also going
The
Bengals.
Broncos are not nearly as good as the Bengals.
No, I'm going the Bengals as well.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, and when they lose, I'll be mad. But I won't lose any ground on you guys.
But we'll have all lost
Yes.
together.
Yeah, we would have all lost.
Honestly, it would just be dumb for me to pick the Broncos at this point because we're all picking the Bengals.
All right, Packers versus Ravens. Packers are
This
favored
is
by
easy,
4.5.
Packers.
Yeah,
Go Pack.
if
go.
Lamar does not play, it's safe to say
I think even if Lamar does play, he's not going to be the same. I feel healthy Lamar. I'm definitely picking the Ravens in this game, but the Ravens just. I mean, they would have been embarrassed by the Browns, but they somehow came back.
yeah. Seahawks versus Rams. Rams favored by 4. Seahawks did have a coming out party. Russ looking like his old self.
Defense is still so bad, though.
Yeah, the defense is terrible.
I think the Rams are going to... This is going to be the best defense that Russ has played since coming back. Rams by 4 seems pretty comfortable.
It's only
for me.
4. I
It's
feel
only
like they're
4.
at least going to win by a touchdown.
Yeah.
They beat the Cardinals by a touchdown.
Yeah, 4. I'm pretty comfortable going
Cardinals and
Rams on
Seahawks
I
are like
think
same
so.
level teams.
Yeah,
but
I
I
think-
mean,
Well, no.
oh, you would have said yeah. Whoa, we'll put that on a record. Bobby
No,
just said yeah.
no.
I said Rams or Cardinals and Seahawks, same level team, and you said yeah.
They are
Yeah,
not the same
but you
level
said
team.
yeah.
I did.
You can't change
You
your
got
mind
his
now.
ass.
I did not
You
say
got his
that.
ass. It's
Ah.
on video. It's on record.
Hey,
You got his
They
ass.
are not-
Guess whose house you're not being invited to? Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, he's not going to invite you to his nice
You
house.
don't want to go to Cliff Kingsbury's house. He's a
I
bum.
do. His house is
Bonafide scrub.
His house is beautiful. I would.
I
love
don't
to
want.
go
I don't
there.
care. I don't like Cliff Kingsbury.
I don't like him either, but I'd love to go to his
Yeah,
house.
I don't want to go to his house. I feel,
Again-
I feel like his house is gonna have a bunch of weird, like finger foods that I won't like. I mean, they're gonna pull out like
doesn't like finger foods.
no, it's gonna be weird stuff, is what I'm saying.
It's gonna be like when you go to a wedding and they're like, "Oh, do you want this?" And you're like, "What is that?" Because
And
it's
they're
not just
"What
like
is it?" It's like it's fermented goat cheese with pickle juice.
But then they'll throw a
and
normal
live
ass word in
squid.
there.
And I'm like,
Oh,
why would I eat
But
that
they'll
shit?
be like, "But it's an empanada," and you're like, "Ooh, so this could be good because like I've had a bunch of empanadas
Okay,
before."
it's a fried food, and you bite into it, and it's got like weird.
And you just see a tentacle pop out. And you're like, "What?
weird.
What the
nasty,
hell are you
creamy
doing to
stuff in it.
me?"
And you're just like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, what?
That's when you just put it
Tzatziki
down,
sauce? The hell?
and then you just put it down. And you're like,
Isn't that the Euro sauce?
"Yeah."
Yeah. Why are you hating on tzatziki sauce?
No, but think about it in an
It's the
empanada.
concept. It's the okay. I just went with a creamy sauce.
I got
right?
what you're saying.
Thank
I got
you.
it.
Now you're making me want a Euro.
Okay, so go get one after the show.
No.
Well, it'll be Euro night next week.
Yeah. Well,
We'll all just
I'm in for that. Let's
we'll all just eat Euro.
also, Christmas. Our Christmas is next week.
oh shit.
Yeah, just
it
let
is.
you guys
Okay,
know.
I gotta get a gift for someone.
Yeah.
Gee, I
also
wonder
have to get
who.
a gift.
All right.
I picked myself. So.
Yeah.
You
It's
did
safe,
it.
it's safe to say Rams are going to win this. They are not. The Cardinals and the Seahawks are not the same level.
Well, then why
team.
did you say they were?
I didn't know where you were going with that. I think I just agree. I didn't think you would say something so stupid. I don't
Whoa,
know.
whoa! We don't throw the S word out like
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, we
We
do
throw
all the
that
time.
shit out there all the time.
Yeah. Rams 100% going to win this game.
Also,
That's my
I
lock
wanna
of the
say,
week.
I actually had all intentions of going on a very intense like NSFW rant about the Bears. I've since cooled down from Sunday night, but if you were at my house watching that game with me, I was untamed for a good like 20 minutes. I couldn't stop. I was so mad. Literally ruined my week. My week ended on a bad note with the Bears. I kept it together though for the show, guys. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
True. Well, I was pissed.
I was livid,
My-
dude.
I don't care anymore.
I literally thought.
Anyone whose name came up aside from Jakeem Grant, I called a scrub that day.
Khalil Herbert.
His name didn't show up.
Okay.
Can we talk about the? Never mind.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Saints versus Bucks. Bucks favored by 10.5.
Bucks easy. Tom Brady found some wheels on him. Suddenly he's running the ball a lot.
Yeah. Did you? He like made a TikTok.
I know.
He was like, He's like, get my Madden rating up.
Bro's making people miss.
Yeah, he was.
I don't think Tom is going to lose to the Saints twice.
No.
Andrew, we're gonna move on. Why do you always pick the Bears, man?
Okay, here I actually have a reason for
Bears,
this one.
baby.
I actually have a reason for this one. Matt Nagy against the Vikings. He's faced them 6 times now?
8.
Yeah. No.
I thought this is year 5 for Nagy.
This is the 4th year.
Oh,
This
then
is
6
year 4 for him.
So
So he's faced them 6 times. He's 5-1 against them. The only team in the division that he's got more than 1 loss against is Green Bay. The Bears, for whatever reason, the Bears beat the Vikings. I'm going with the Bears.
All right, well, you guys picked Bears. I'm 100% going Vikings on this one. They are favored by 4.
Do you even live in Chicago?
Dude,
Have fun being wrong, Bobby.
You said this last week, and I was right.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But we were so close for them to cover the spread. They lost by 15. They only needed 4 more points, and we would have been right.
Yeah.
They didn't cover the spread, though. And
I know they didn't.
And
Bobby, I watched the whole game.
I will say with the Lions, that they didn't cover the spread with the Lions.
Here's my biggest thing.
I can't even count when they covered the spread, or they actually.
There was 4
Steelers
successfully.
Yeah, maybe I think they did cover the spread.
4 successful onside kicks. All 4 of them resulted in absolutely nothing happening. The Ravens got an onside kick, 3 and out. Bears get an onside kick. Looked like absolute dog shit after they got it. The freaking Cardinals got an onside kick, and Kyler Murray got drilled.
The NFL needs to review the onside kick rule a little bit. The receiving team could advance the ball if they recover it, but the kicking team can't. Also, the receiving team can charge the ball and recover it before it goes 10 yards. But the kicking team, it has to go 10 yards before they can recover it. Yeah. Tell me where it's fair.
Well,
where's it fair?
It's very unfair. I guess it's very weighted.
I get it's supposed to be a miracle play, but okay, let the receiving or the kicking team advance the ball then.
I think we just tilt this in the Ravens' favor, and it's not fair because they have Justin Tucker. 60-yard field goal. If you make it, you get the ball. If you miss it, you don't get the ball.
Or like a 4th and 15, you get 1 play.
That too.
I feel like you should. Onside kick is bullshit. It's dumb.
It's very
Either way, though, the Bears are going to win this game. That's all I'm saying.
Bears are not going to
win. Yeah, they are.
That's Monday night, right?
They're going to win. They'll win.
They're at home. They're gonna get
in Chicago. They're gonna get
Kirk demolished in Minnesota.
Have one of those head-scratching Kirk Cousins games. You'll see.
I'm worried about Dalvin Cook though.
How much you want to bet on this?
Oh, I don't bet on sports.
That's what I said last week. Good job.
No, Bears are gonna win though.
No. Okay.
Bear down, baby.
Bear down, baby. Bobby, I don't bet with you because you'll be like throw $50 on it. You think I got $50 to give?
I'm saying 20.
He's getting married.
No. You and your $20 bets? No.
After he gets married, he'll be very loose with his money. But until he gets married, he has to save up everything.
I get it. You got a whole wedding. All right, you're trying to get a house. All right, I get it. All right, I get it.
Don't spill my business on the podcast.
Yeah, jeez, Bobby.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. That wraps up Bobby's bets, though. Bobby, living in the basement over here. Love to see it. Always love to see it. Let's throw a little bit of college football talk at you into this episode here. Bobby, I know you wanted to touch up on what happened with Mario Cristobal.
Well, we'll hit with the Heisman.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson snubbed. What the hell?
Yeah. Total snub. Can I brag for a second here about? No. I was very proud of this.
He picked a quarterback on the best team.
Yeah,
that his name is already in the Heisman thing before he even throws a pass.
Eat ass, guys, eat ass.
I picked a guy that I can't even remember what his name was. That's how freaking out of the radar he was.
Okay, sorry. The goal was to be right.
Let me just pick the quarterback on the most known team in college football.
If I remember correctly, Bobby told me 2 different things when I gave my preseason college football takes. When I said Georgia was going to be one of the best teams, he said that defense lost a lot of guys. Defense isn't going to be that good.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. That is not what I said at all.
That's what you said.
What I said.
Yeah, what'd you say?
What I said is the defense lost a lot of key pieces. It's going to be hard to tell if they're going to be as good. That's what I said.
You also said that the Cardinals and Seahawks were the same level of team. I just want to point that out.
because I didn't think
I
didn't think he would say something so
when I
idiotic.
said the Rams were losing. Cam Akers.
Cam Akers.
You guys were talking about they're going to be at the
Oh, I'll
bottom
agree
of
with
the
that.
division.
I didn't say the bottom. I said they were going to be third.
Well, guess what? They're not.
Well,
They're
we
not
didn't
terrible.
expect the Seahawks to be bad. All right.
Some of us.
Well,
did.
apparently Nick thinks that they're 9-3.
You're
No,
the
you
one
said
who
they're the
agreed
same
with me.
level. He baited you into that one, and you took it. But no,
Yeah,
you
everyone
said-
knew. No,
you said
I was
Georgia's
kidding. You
defense-
just said yeah.
You said Georgia's defense lost a lot of guys, and you weren't sure the defense was going to be that good this year. That's what you said.
That is what I said.
And,
but like I said,
so we're establishing that you said that, and I disagreed and said no, that defense will be fine. When it came to the Bryce Young pick, you pointed out about the wide receivers that left Alabama and said he might struggle because there's not as many big wide receivers there this year. You said that,
But then
and I said,
again,
no,
Alabama-
he'll be fine. He's a good quarterback. He won the Heisman. I'm just
he
saying.
was the #1 recruit.
Oh, so what? He won the Heisman. I was right. That's
got-
all that matters.
you got snubbed.
You're just all
Two
upset.
glove,
You're
Kenny
all
Pickett
upset
should have won it, all right?
You're all upset
My
that
two-
Spencer Rattler went and had a total downhill season. Sucks.
He's
bona
butt.
fide
He was
scrub.
butt. Yeah.
He's bad.
Left.
And now he's going to join the Gamecocks. And you're all upset because you're Spencer. I had to throw the name in there.
Yeah, you did.
You're all upset because Spencer Rattler, your poster child for quarterback greatness for the
No,
last year.
no.
Oh, yes.
DJ,
Yes, it was.
DJ, I will admit, DJ
Yeah,
Uyang
you were all
was.
Spencer Rattler and DJ Too Young Delele were your two guys, and you were all high on them. I said neither of them were going to be good, and guess what? Nick, who was right?
I was.
And then,
I said Texas A&M was going to be a top 5 team. They should have been.
No, well,
I also picked.
shoulda, woulda.
I also
My
picked
point
Texas
is-
as running back, but I can't even remember his name to win the Heisman.
Right.
And he wasn't even the top 100, probably.
No,
that was,
Brian.
dude, that
Brian
was the
Johnson.
boldest
Yeah, Brian.
Heisman take ever you gave. All I'm saying though, Bobby, I was right. You know, you can't hit me. I was right. That's all I care about.
Bryce Young won.
And not only was I right about the pick, I was right when I said
Wait,
Spencer Rattler.
What
and
is
DJ.
it? What is it? Yeah, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day.
Yeah, apparently you're wrong
Every
all
time.
times of the day.
I'm not wrong all times a day.
You're on military time on a freaking 12-hour clock.
You also thought the Cardinals would be a terrible team. and
Sure.
completely had to eat your
I
words on
acknowledge that was a bad take, but I've been far more right than I've been wrong this year. Nick,
There's a bunch.
haven't I?
You also
agree.
thought,
Yeah, especially on Bryce Young.
Especially on Bryce Young.
You
and
also-
and Georgia,
Yeah.
and DJ Uyunglele, and Spencer Rattler,
And the Rams.
and the Rams.
you never said that Spencer Rattler was going to be so terrible that he had to leave.
I said I
Oklahoma.
did. I don't remember my exact words, but I know I said I didn't think he was going to be a Heisman candidate.
Did you see Caleb Williams removed Oklahoma quarterback from his Instagram and Twitter bios?
Oklahoma's blowing up.
Yeah, Oklahoma is in shambles right now.
But
And
to sum up this intro to college football, I was right.
Aiden Hutchinson got snubbed.
Yeah, sure. I was right.
No,
That's all I care about.
I
guys.
wanted Kenny Pickett to
Michigan
win it.
State's running back got snubbed.
Yeah,
he was the real snub.
he
In all
should-
honesty,
he
I'm
really
still
should've-
kind of
yeah,
pissed about that, but whatever. You know, what's done is done. What's in the past is in the past. Bobby, why don't you fill us in on the Mario Cristobal situation? Real
Okay,
briefly,
so,
touch up on this stuff for us.
So Mario Cristobal leaves Oregon. He's heading to the U, but had a handshake deal going on for about 2 weeks before anything
The
got
U.
signed or anything. So they decide to let Manny Diaz go around recruiting, thinking it's his job, and then he's in a recruit's home and has to find out that he no longer has a job while he's trying to get this recruit to come to Miami.
That's so effed up.
Yeah, that's so
That's
messed up.
effed up.
Miami,
That's such a Miami thing to do.
That
They're
is-
just like, hey, go scout this recruit.
Hey, go try and get that guy.
Just
to
call the
commit,
recruit's
and
mom.
then,
Hey, could you tell him that he doesn't have a job anymore? We don't have the
Yeah.
balls to tell him.
very, very.
bro, imagine being that recruit. It's like, I'm gonna go can I use the bathroom real quick? Phone pops up. What?
it'd be like,
This man's in my house.
Yo, you seeing this?
be like, yeah.
You seen this shit? You seen this? Manny Diaz fired from the U shit?
So Mario Cristobal, I don't understand. Why would you ever want to leave Oregon?
Because it's the U.
Yeah.
Nicer weather, one. But it's the U, bro.
Yeah, but Oregon has like the best facilities. Like,
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah,
Oregon would be a dream spot. I'm assuming Miami just was like, hey, bro, here's a blank check. Write what you want on it. and we'll just honor that.
And then send a bunch of like, dude, we got girls in bikinis. What does Oregon have? Girls in snowsuits? Like, come on.
It's not,
Yes, that's some people's thing though.
Yeah.
it's not that cold up there.
It's rainy a lot.
It's just raining.
No, I think
Yeah, you look like you would love it over there.
Or-
I'm just gonna be honest.
let's not act
Close
like
to my boys. the
yeah,
Mariners.
exactly.
let's not act like Miami doesn't have state of the art facilities or anything. They probably rolled out the money truck for him. They probably gave him a Lincoln Riley level offer, and he was just like, okay, bet. Maybe he got sick of the rain. I don't know.
Also, you got to think Lincoln Riley coming to USC.
And there are some coaches that feel like after they take over a program that's kind of struggling, they get them back up to prominence, and it's like, all right, on to the next project.
Yeah.
That's some guy's mentality. Maybe that's his thing, is he likes to rebuild
Yeah.
and then move on to the next one.
Well, then you can never be a
Real
failure.
with you. This is going to be a totally horrible comparison. But when I play Madden or any other sports game, I don't like playing the good team. I like to pick a bad team and try and
all
make
the
them
time.
good.
Yeah, true.
That's where the fun comes from it. Now, obviously, would I play with my job like that? Probably not. I would stick with the
If you're
security.
getting paid.
But you know
Exactly.
what? He's going to be making millions regardless. And
It
probably
must be
like, why
because
not do it?
before they went and played Utah, he had a contract on his desk, extension, but didn't want to sign it. Now he's at the U. And Dan Lanning, the defensive coordinator for Georgia and linebackers coach, is heading to Oregon. But
Such a weird time to announce it before the college football playoff.
yeah, I looked it up because I was very curious. Like, is he like gone?
Still gonna coach,
Yeah,
right?
he's still going to coach in the
Yeah.
college football playoff. So
It is weird though. I don't like coaches being able to, like, when there's still games to be played for their team. I don't like the idea of them going, "Yep, all right, deuces, deuskies, I'm out."
yeah.
It just
Yeah.
seems kind of shitty.
I don't care before the bowl game. Like Clemson's defensive coordinator, Vrabels, is leaving. He's going to, I don't remember where he's going, but he's going somewhere.
Where is he going?
I don't know.
But like, okay, it's like you're going to just a regular bowl game. You're going to the college football playoff. Like, I feel like I want
Don't
my
do it if it's the
yeah.
football
I
player.
want
Yeah,
my
but then again, he's a defensive coordinator. He's just, I mean, obviously you have to take, if something's offered like that, kid, you have to take it. Like,
No, I get what you're saying.
it's not a Brian Kelly level move where you're like, Notre Dame literally has a possibility of,
They're the next team in if
Yeah.
things shake up.
and you literally just abandon them to go to
Andrew, the
LSU.
head coach.
Bye.
Yeah.
The coach of Northern Illinois did that. This is years ago, but back when they made the Orange Bowl against Florida State, and everyone was outraged that they got to go and play a BCS bowl game. Like the week before that game, he left. He joined, and he went to like Kentucky. He didn't even he
Not
left.
even a good
He left
program?
Northern Illinois. I don't remember what team exactly. I think it was one of those Kentucky, or it might have been Kansas, maybe. I don't
Memphis.
remember. Something with a K. He left Northern Illinois the week before their their BCS bowl game, highest profile game that organization will have ever seen. I was like, all right, bye guys, have fun. Interim head coach, our offensive line coach, you're gonna take over. It sucked. I liked Northern Illinois.
Did they get absolutely blown out?
Not completely blown out. Score was closer than the game was.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was more like Northern Illinois kind of threw in some final punches to make it look like it was a competitive game.
Yeah.
It really wasn't, though.
Kind of like the Cardinals against the Rams.
No.
Threw a couple.
Yeah, it was like some bad turnovers happened in favor of Northern Illinois that kept it from being a blowout.
Yeah.
But they didn't capitalize off of them.
And then one last move is Quinn Ewers is heading to Texas. And that's Steve Sarkisian. I always mess up his pro style offense. I'm very excited to see what he could do.
Yeah, maybe that Texas running back will win the
Yeah, he's
Heisman next
leaving,
year.
where is it,
Ohio State. Yeah. Third string running back. You know he made $1 million last year?
Bro,
Yeah.
what I wouldn't give to be like a college recruit right
Like,
now.
if I could be good enough just to be like a third string quarterback, like I could make $1 million. Man.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
We're trying with this, though.
Yeah,
We're giving it our best shot. But otherwise, I mean, we have some downtime with college football, so there's not too much to talk about. What I wanted to do, I wanted to try something a little different, though. You know, we're talking about college football. We talk a lot about, players like Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young. We're talking about how they're top recruits. We talk about the draft class and everything. So, there's all these buzzwords that you hear get thrown around, specifically in this case with the quarterback position. I think we would be a good one to focus on. I want to talk more about like our analysis, our breakdown. What do we value? What do we look for? What are our thoughts on the way that quarterbacks are rated or judged? Like I said, the buzzwords being, potential, ceiling, like the high ceiling, low floor, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is it that you value most, or that you try to see in, let's say in this case, a quarterback? What is the most like highest on your list of priorities, trait, or something that you want to see in your quarterback? I'll open the floor up to Nick first.
Wow. I have to start. Okay.
Oh, you looked like you were ready.
No, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
No, I'm
okay,
ready.
That's
Probably the biggest thing for me is if he can control a game in a close game. Like, you see so many college guys come into the pros and they've never played in a close game, like the last 2 minutes, and you just see that they're flustered. They make the first read and they throw right away. Where it's like, you need to know, okay, if we're down by 3, we only need a field goal to tie. You're not trying to go for the win. You're just trying to go for the tie. But so many of these young quarterbacks just go out there and just start. We need 50 yards right now. We need a huge chunk play. Where it's like, no, just take your time. Get 10, 15 yards. Take what the defense gives you. Just like knowledge. And then a big thing for me with quarterbacks, it's not so much other players. I like quarterbacks who have seen failure in college. I don't want a guy who hasn't lost a single game in college. Like a Trevor Lawrence, for example. He barely lost in college.
He goes in college or high school. Well, only a couple
regular
times.
Season, but
very rarely, yeah.
But then he goes to the pros and you see him struggle right away. It's like, I've never struggled before. It's like, no, I'd rather have a guy who in the Big Ten like plays up against Ohio State, Michigan, all these, and it's like, all right, I've seen some. I'm still the best quarterback in my conference, but I've lost a game or two in college. I've learned to deal with a loss,
right?
And
so
come back.
In this, you're valuing the mental toughness.
Yeah, like Jalen Hurts was probably one of the highest people because he got taken out of the game at halftime for Tua. I think he was a freshman at the time.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts overcame the mental hurdles.
Went to an entirely different school and then won the Heisman. Where it's like, on my draft board, Jalen Hurts was top for that right there because I'm like, okay, he might not be the most talented guy in this class, but he's proven that he can fail and he can come back just as strong.
Yeah, I agree with you. The mental fortitude of a player is massive because you see, like, it's going to sound like I'm repeating you, but those are the things. That's what I want, because if a guy hasn't failed, he has to learn how to fail.
Yeah,
and that is like the biggest challenge you see with a lot of young quarterbacks is that they don't know how to fail, and so they're like a deer in the headlights. They don't know how to bounce back. Yeah, and so a guy who's had that happen to him where he can bounce back is very valuable. Guys that have gone to smaller programs and have succeeded, like Josh Allen's a good example. He was not a highly touted recruit out of high school.
Went to
Wisconsin, Wyoming was the only team that offered him
he went to JUCO.
I know. I'm talking about, D1 ball here.
I know.
Wyoming was the only team that offered him a scholarship, and even then, he had to send his highlights and everything to them for them to even consider him. Those are the things that I think can be overlooked because you get so caught up in the stats and what you see on the field that you overlook the mental aspect of overcoming obstacles. If you haven't had an obstacle through your entire career, yes, you have a winning pedigree, which is nice, but we don't know how you'll handle those obstacles in the future.
Like, my biggest thing is, like, say Spencer Rattler goes like 10-2 this year and has like a decent season and he plays all the games, and then he has a year like he had this year in college on the Titans or something. He looks like the biggest bust of a draft because you realize he doesn't know how to handle adversity. I think he's going to go to maybe a second year of college, depending on what happens with the draft. And if
he's going to the Gamecocks, bro.
But
I know, but he can still declare for the draft, can he?
No,
so he's already decided.
Or no, can he?
Yeah, I thought he could.
Sophomore.
He's going to be a sophomore.
Is he a redshirt sophomore? If he's a redshirt sophomore, he can.
I think he is a redshirt because
I think he's gonna play
because of COVID. I think everyone got an extra year.
Gotcha. I think he's gonna play at South Carolina this year.
So if he plays at South Carolina,
he
can have a bounce back like Jalen Hurts kind of, where it's like,
yeah,
if he would have just came out, had like a great year at Oklahoma, would have been like, I'm going to the draft, and would have got picked in the top 5, he could have been one of the biggest busts because it's like, he's never lost, he's never had failure in his career.
Well, he had a lot of failure.
Yeah, this year. So now it's like,
This is the test now.
for him,
What is
He'll go to
Spencer Rattler?
yeah,
Well,
he'll
for
go to
him-
South Carolina and either crash and burn and do worse, or he'll be able to bounce back and actually improve his draft stock.
All right, question time here. What NFL quarterback went to South Carolina?
Are they playing right now?
They are playing right now.
Like a starter?
Oh, I know who it is. I can't. His name's
That
slipping
went
my
to
mind.
South Carolina?
I'm pretty sure on this.
I don't.
Oh no, I can't type it in. I'm pretty sure it's Russell Wilson because he went to South Carolina.
No, he went
and
to
then-
North Carolina.
No, North
What?
Carolina State. No, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it was South
Look,
Carolina.
nope, you're so wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty sure Russell Wilson went to NC State.
He went to NC State, transfer to Wisconsin.
Oh, maybe
or the
he
other
did.
way around.
Maybe he did. Yep. NC State.
Bam.
All right, Bobby,
My
you tell
bad.
us yours.
Yeah,
I'll
Bobby,
look
give
up-
us
I'll
yours.
look up the South Carolina.
All right, so number one, decision making. You gotta have good decision making. Your timing has to be good. Arm strength, pocket awareness, and I would say mobility. Well, mobility is like the least. It depends. It depends on what style you're looking for, what offense. But mobility is like my lowest one. Because look at Tom Brady. If your offense is relying on like Baker Mayfield, obviously can't do what Tom Brady does. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on the style.
It depends on the
Yeah.
scheme and everything. I get what you're saying.
But my number one is decision making. Are you taking care of the ball? Are you making stupid mistakes? Are you taking the right shots when you should? Are you throwing into double coverage?
So again,
Uh,
ask the mental aspect. of it.
Yeah.
So with all that in mind, I wanted to kind of throw something out there. We talked. There's Minshew mania, right? Gardner Minshew is like everyone gets hyped from and everything, yet
Yeah.
he still hasn't really been given a chance. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he really has.
He didn't really get a fair shakeup with Jacksonville last year. Gardner Minshew is a guy to me who I think has earned the chance to be given a starting spot.
I agree.
Yet we see him constantly overlooked for guys who have the word that everyone loves to throw out is, potential.
Yeah.
At what point do you look at Gardner Minshew's stats and his production and the way he plays and realize that he's actually an average to slightly above average quarterback, and that takes over the value of a guy, say, like a Daniel Jones, right? Everyone talks about Daniel Jones. He was a sixth overall pick. So we talk about the untapped potential in Daniel Jones, despite the fact that Gardner Minshew has seen more success than Daniel Jones.
Yes.
But yet, Gardner Minshew's never the guy whose name comes up when it's talking about who's a fringe starter, a team that isn't going to draft a guy but still needs a quarterback. They're always talking about guys who were drafted early and didn't pan out, and yet Gardner Minshew was drafted late, has had success, has shown that he can be a solid quarterback, and he's not getting the chance. Do you think that there's a fault or some kind of lack of judgment in around the league with how they view
I wouldn't
that
say
stuff?
that. I would
Or are
say,
they just falling in love with the physical traits and not taking into consideration the mentality or the attitude of Gardner Minshew? I think Gardner Minshew is good because he's got the right attitude.
yes, he 100% has the right
But
attitude.
because he doesn't have the strongest arm and he's not the fastest, everyone's like, he's not he's not the quarterback we want.
I feel like with him, it's again you can't really judge it too hard because the full season that he started was the Jaguars' worst season, and
Yeah, but his numbers were good.
His numbers
they
were
on
still good.
on a very bad team.
but again, he has a very good game. Then he has. It just seems like he's not consistent. He's not consistently good putting up the numbers he floats on.
But I think he's consistently better than Daniel Jones.
I agree with you there, and I feel like he should get a fair shake. And I don't understand why. Well, again, the Jaguars moved on from him because of Trevor Lawrence, but I still don't understand why they traded him to Philly.
He had a great filling game for the Eagles.
Yeah, he did. That was an amazing game. And
So let me ask this with Gardner Minshew, and then I'll wrap up this little bit here. If let's say the Bears didn't sign Andy Dalton, didn't trade for Nick Foles 2 years ago, and the guy they went and pursued was Gardner Minshew, and what would your thoughts have been if that happened? Would you have been pissed?
at last year or the year before?
The year before, we'll say the year before.
Year before, I don't know because I can't remember. Didn't he come in and take over for?
He took over for Nick Foles
Yeah, he
when he
did.
got injured, and he played well. The Jaguars looked competent with him on offense.
Honestly, I would say I would be for it. I like Minshew mania, and honestly, I wanted the Bears to go after him.
Yeah. So is it fair to say we're all in agreement that he deserves a shot at starting?
After this year, if there's a team that doesn't try to trade for him,
it would just be a shame.
It would be a shame.
Yeah. The biggest problem that the NFL has now is NFL community-wise. Everyone wants their team to sign the next Tom Brady, the next Patrick Mahomes, the next Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But no one cares about signing the next Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers did amazing for the Chargers. Like, yeah, he didn't ever excel the point passed, but like no team's like, I don't want to take Gardner Minshew to put on my team because I'd rather have a top 10 quarterback. Or I don't want to replace Daniel Jones with Gardner Minshew because then that's proving that I made the wrong pick at 6. So that's why people aren't going to put. So it's like you look at the Jets. They made the wrong pick with Darnold. They did not develop him well enough. Mm-hmm. So instead, they trade him to Carolina and get a second chance and go with Zach Wilson. They could have traded him to Carolina, got some other picks, picked up Gardner Minshew, and then shored up some of their other problems, and they would have been fine. But the problem is Jets fans don't want a average quarterback who's going to help them win games. They want a big-name guy. Same thing the Bears did. Bears fans, the main variety of Bears fans, did not want an average quarterback. They wanted a star. So once they got Justin Fields, everyone freaked out and were like, oh my gosh, this is our savior. Really, if they would have stayed where they were and just kept Andy Dalton and then just, helped some defense, got some offensive line help, and then maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, went after a quarterback or went after a guy like Sam Darnold who could show potential in the future. But no one wants an average quarterback. They want the next star, on whether you're a GM, coach, or fan base. So that's why guys like Gardner Minshew doesn't get a chance. It's guys like Carson Wentz kind of just get dropped off where it's like, no one even talks about them on the Colts anymore. They have a winning record. They're still 8-8, right? No, they're 9-8 now.
No, I think they're 7-6.
Yeah.
Are they 7-6?
Yeah,
I think so. Winning record still.
I mean, yeah, they're still a winning record.
I get what you're saying. People, you want to find your star so much that you're not willing to give a good guy a chance because you don't think he can be great.
Yeah.
You got to remember, guys like the Phillip Rivers comparison. I don't know if I'm not saying Gardner Minshew is going to have the career of Phillip Rivers, but Phillip Rivers is the guy who kind of always gets left out of that conversation when we talk about great quarterbacks. He played in some AFC Championship games. He had the weird ass throwing motion and all that stuff. Gardner Minshew, I think, has earned his chance.
I agree.
And he's a guy who, if you build the right scheme, you will succeed with him.
Yeah, I like the biggest thing. Bears.
My big thing with Gardner Minshew is he has the attitude that you want in your quarterback. He truly believes he can beat any team on any Sunday.
Yeah.
And that is massive. And that attitude is it's infectious. It carries through the locker room. That's why it's Minshew mania where he goes.
Are you talking about that video with his dad?
Bro, that was intense.
It was very intense.
But that is the attitude that I want in my quarterback. I want a guy who believes and exudes that confidence that he has what it takes to win any game.
I agree.
I have a question for both of you guys when you're done.
We'll go. Yeah, go for it.
When it was between Jay Cutler and Josh McCown, who would you rather have as your quarterback that year in that offseason? What was that, 2014? 2015?
Was it the first year of Trestman, right?
I think so. But it was like pay Jay Cutler a lot more money or pay Josh McCown a little bit less and then sign some other pieces that they needed.
That's a good question.
Because many people.
I'm going to be real with you.
I think you have to go Jay Cutler.
I was on the Jay Cutler. I still think Jay Cutler was the right choice.
They never really.
It was one of those things where I wouldn't have been upset either way. I was not upset that they committed to Jay Cutler there. Josh McCown flared out. He didn't work after that season. But Mark Trestman got Josh McCown 6 more contracts because of that year.
Yeah, but Josh McCown, almost every team we went to, you saw that he was a guy who had a decent...
Oh, he competed. And, I liked that.
See, that's where Gardner Minshew, I feel like the way his career's going is more Josh McCown than Phillip Rivers, but it was just the guy that came with my comparison.
I would agree.
Because he played the
difference between them is Josh McCown had a lot of football under his belt at that point with the Bears.
Yeah.
So you already kind of knew more about what you had. Gardner Minshew's still so young and fresh to the league in all honesty.
Dude, I 100% think if one of those teams that need a quarterback. If
Denver.
if they don't try and go and trade for him, they'd be stupid. Like, he is like, right now he would be like
Houston.
top of the list.
Yeah, I think he's at the top of my list. He's over Daniel Jones and Trubisky for sure.
Yeah,
I think of like Seattle. I don't know if Russell Wilson's going to come back. Seattle, Atlanta, Denver, Houston. All those teams should be like, I'm on him. I feel like GMs need to stop realizing that they have to get their next quarterback out of the draft. You can find a backup quarterback who's going to help your team for five. Ryan Tannehill with the Titans.
We talk about Ryan Tannehill every week. He's the poster child for that.
And I think Gardner Minshew.
Jameis went, well, it's hard to say. He tore his ACL, so we don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
He was looking like it could work out, but we don't know how his season was going to play out.
They gave him another shot. You know?
Gardner Minshew in the long run could be a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill if he gets a chance early enough with a team that's built around him. Ryan Tannehill is not a terrible quarterback, but it's not like he's like has an X factor out of it. I think Minshew is just kind of way he carries himself around and like in a game is one of the bigger X factors. So if he goes to a team that's like ready, like Denver, who, they kind of lost Von Miller, but they have good receivers. They have a pretty good running back. If they shore up that defense a little bit, they won't be that bad of a team.
No.
And if you have a guy who thinks that no matter what team he's on and no matter what quarterback he's playing against, thinks he can win, that's all you're really asking for.
Yeah.
So
he gives himself up. He gives 100% on everything. Yeah. That's why I like Gardner Minshew. That's what I wanted, and that's what I really wanted to talk about. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like potential is
overrated.
Is very like sought after, and a lot of the time it doesn't pan out. But especially with this draft class, I feel like
potential is the word they throw out to justify a bad decision.
Yeah. But especially with this draft class, it's just not as like like what I see is like there's not really that it factor from any of these quarterbacks. So maybe we will see a lot of Gardner Minshew's coming in. Like
I'm hoping.
Kenny Pickett,
I would like to see that stuff.
Kenny Pickett he might turn into something great. I don't really see.
There's not much.
There's much like out of this draft class, but again, we could be wrong. It could be the best draft class.
And as draft season gets closer, we will break down the top quarterbacks. We did it last year. We'll do it again this year. We'll dive into that stuff more.
Got Pittsburgh. Gardner Minshew should go to Pittsburgh too. They should at least think about it.
Something to think about.
They got Dwayne Money Haskins.
Nick, hit us with your question of the week.
Question of the week. We are in December. Best holiday movie. Mostly Christmas, but it's a holiday movie. What are you guys popping, watching, sitting by the fire with your ladies?
I don't watch Christmas movies.
That's the Grinch.
Cartoon version or the Jim Carrey version?
Jim Carrey version.
Jim Carrey version's whack, dude.
Why cartoon version is the best version.
No,
of the
I mean
Grinch.
it's fun. It's funny. It's just whack. Like,
why are you hating on the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch, bro?
You do know that movie's the reason they won't do live action Dr. Seuss books anymore, right?
Why?
Because his wife was like horrified by the movie.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's an iconic movie.
Yeah. It's
funny and everything, but it just, dude, the live action Dr. Seuss, that Cat in the Hat, just wild.
Yeah.
Mine, I don't really know. I don't really watch Christmas movies or anything. The one that came to my mind right away wasn't even Christmas Vacation. It was the Vegas Vacation or whatever. I don't think it counts as a holiday movie, but I like it more than a Christmas Vacation.
Wait, hold up. Does Harry Potter count as Christmas movie?
What did you just say?
There's Christmas in the movie.
Enunciate your words.
Does Harry Potter?
No.
My favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Of course I was gonna say no. I'm gonna go with Vegas Vacation, even though I don't think it counts as a holiday movie. I'm gonna say it.
I'll allow it. For me,
if you're gonna allow it, then you have to allow Harry Potter.
No.
There's Christmas.
I made the question.
A sequel to a holiday movie, at least.
There's Christmas in every Harry Potter movie.
I feel like Home Alone. I love Home Alone.
Nah, yeah, it's good. That's a good pick.
Does that count? No, I'm kidding.
His family literally leaves him at home for Christmas.
I know. Terrible parents. Call CPS on those.
That was back like 10 kids.
That was back in the 90s. I don't really think they care that much.
Yeah, you can get away with
the kid didn't really get hurt. I mean, he almost
like the 70s or 80s when kids were getting. Never mind.
Whoa, jeez. Yeah, you're getting very dark.
We don't want to go
Andrew.
dark there. We had a very fun, light episode.
There was an abduction issue in the late 70s, early 80s.
Kids were just on milk cartons. I can't even imagine that happening nowadays.
Bro, right?
Like,
Although you get the Amber Alert thing.
I mean,
your
yeah, you
phone.
get the Amber Alert, but like, just you're sitting down for your breakfast
Bro, that
cereal, and you
sometimes
just
scares the hell. That alert will scare me. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's loud.
it's loud. It'll wake me up, and I'm like, did I call the police on accident?
You're like, oh.
But yeah, Vegas Vacation. I'm gonna lock that in.
watch some holiday movies.
Oh yeah,
Get
I'll
some
get it.
culture.
Dude, I just don't watch a lot of them. I watch, Christmas Story is on like Christmas Story is on like the entire time on TBS. Christmas Vacation is
Honestly, I literally hate that movie now because
Christmas
I watch
Story?
it
I'm
much.
so sick of it. I liked it originally, but I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, because it's on 24/7.
All the time.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to watch it.
It's literally on every TBS runs it from like midnight Christmas Day until 11:59 p.m.
Whoa, they throw Elf in there like 2 or 3 times.
No.
Elf is my favorite holiday movie.
There we
How
go.
did I forget about Elf? There it is. That's in like the top 10 just movies in general.
It's a good movie,
Ooh,
honestly.
I would not go that far. It is
I love
good.
that movie, bro.
Will
The
Ferrell
three
is
food groups.
a treasure. but-
Candy corn, and what's the other one?
I don't know.
syrup.
Syrup.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Either
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg when they team up for movies, or
Other guys.
wait, let me finish my
Okay, go
question.
ahead.
Or Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. What duo are you more inclined to
Mark
watch?
Wahlberg, Will Ferrell.
Yeah, dude. Other guys, it's like best. That is literally the funniest movie.
You learned ballet just to bully someone? That movie's too good, man.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
We will have sex in your car.
That's too good. That movie's hilarious.
I'll watch that on Christmas. Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
Too good. Either way, what am I talking about, man?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that will wrap it up.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
that'll wrap
happening.
up this week's episode, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, as always. If you like what you heard, please give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at GTS Podcast 1. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Garage Talk Sports. And follow us on TikTok. We're getting a little bit more active there.
Yeah, we're posting our parlays. Andrew's taking one this week.
I'll make a parlay. I'll see what I can come up with. I might make 2. I might go with like just absolutely ridiculous payout parlay and then an actual reasonable parlay.
Yeah, that's what I did. I went straight.
Yeah,
for
you
the
went
money.
straight ridiculous. I'll probably do 2.
But
But bear with us, guys. We're working on getting more interactive on different social media platforms. If you have any suggestions or things you want to see more of or hear more of, please let us know. Either in the comments of our videos, shoot us an email if you want, gtspodcast1@gmail.com, or send us a message on Facebook. It really doesn't matter. Either way, though, guys, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Yeah.